The quickest path to financial freedom. Still trying to put something up here that's going to go viral, get 1,000,000+ views. And I'm sharing this video because I'm a contrarian, and I know this title is going to catch a lot of people's attention. So some people think of financial freedom as that point where you've got enough passive income coming in from whatever endeavors you have, from book or course sales or investments, that you don't have to work a job that you hate, that you could travel, do the things you want to do, and spend the time the way that you want to. And that's a valid concept or definition of financial freedom. But again, I'm a contrarian. I'm going to give you a totally different concept of what financial freedom could look like for you. And that is, and this is why it's quick, it's just, it's a mindset. So I'm going to ask you, how much is enough to the point that you feel that you're free? Financial freedom to me is freedom from the pressure to, to have whatever, to have a bigger house, 5-bedroom house and 2 cars, and in your dream car, and enough money that you can travel to any place in the world. The other definition is just having enough to be happy and content, to not feel the stress of needing more. I've got a roof over my head, I've got food on the table, I've got, friends I care about, and by and large, I can spend my time doing the things that I care about: my music, my writing, or talking to people, my YouTube videos, and my income is nil. That's not much, but I feel no pressure, and so it's a philosophy, and we're all different, right? We're wired different, and I talk to friends who argue or adamant that I need X millions of dollars, or I'm not going to be happy until I have that. And I ask, so how much is enough that you're ever going to be content? If you cannot find a way to be happy now with what you have, really happy and content, and everything's cool, still be driven, but just be happy and not feel like there's anything wrong or that stress. If you can't find a way to be happy now and content, it's not going to be any easier when you have that level of income. You'll be on that the treadmill, caught in the rat race of always trying to get more, and it just will never be enough. And then you'll end up at the end of your life and having never found that way to be happy. And it's typical fashion. I'm kind of rambling here. Here's a little thought experiment for you. I think it's valid. You think that you need, to keep up with the Joneses, the new car, to be happy and content. You need to own your home. You need to have, $1 million in the bank. And I would just say, well, biologically and genetically, you're not so different than our ancestors, 200 years ago, right? Minuscule. Same species, same animal. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have a TV and a car. All the modern conveniences that you think that you need, your cell phone. And often, going back further, our ancestors oftentimes slept under the stars, on the ground. And Native American culture, a lot less technology. I'll bet money that they are much happier. They understood what happiness is: health and connection and respect for, the universe and other animals. Much more wise in their philosophy and approach to life. It's not about stuff. It's just not. Some of you think that it is, and God bless you. Go chase it. I'm not trying to belittle or I guess all views are valid, but for most people, I don't think that's it. Relationships, health, and finding that way to just be cool with what you got. I've been homeless. I've lost everything. Gave it away, and then, living in a tent, my guitar, and like a week's worth of clothes was confiscated. The $20 in my pocket. um, because I was going through mental issues. Really, it was schizophrenia, and the job I thought I'd have when I came back to LA was gone. Things were not working out. I didn't want to ask for help because I honored the struggle. I knew this is a lesson for me to teach me to just the world can throw anything at me. Sleeping on cardboard and I never affected my self-esteem. I valued that experience of learning to be okay with basically nothing. And that's the message you get from movies and stories oftentimes. Fight Club. His apartment blows up and he goes and lives in that old abandoned house. And Tyler Durden tells him that the stuff you own ends up owning you. Freedom, my friend, is what you're after, what we're all after. Freedom, financial freedom. To be cool and not care and not have to put on a suit and tie and sell a product that you hate or doesn't, excite you, or work for a boss that you don't respect, or a job that you hate. There's another concept of financial freedom that's more readily available. And, I wrote this book a couple years, 2-3 years ago, about relationships, and I wanted to make it available for free. So I'll talk about that. Number one, I feel this book and these ideas can have real potential to help people. So I feel like if I have an idea, a product that can help people, how dare I charge money and put a burden to their benefiting from my my advice, my concepts, my wisdom, quote unquote. Now, and also to be an example of what love is, you give it away. If it has value for you, I trust you to. You want to reciprocate, great. If it doesn't have value for you, then you don't owe me anything. So again, another example of my contrarian mindset. You don't have to do things like everybody else. That's it. You help enough people, you service people without an expectation, no expectation of reciprocation. And then you earn integrity and trust. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to help you. That's kind of mindset is going to be very beneficial if you are a salesman. Even if it's just an act to come across that way, because most people don't get it. Come across as obvious salesmen. They don't actually care about you and what you want or need. They're trying to get that close, be a closer, push it down your throat. And there's always going to be people out there that fall for that. And they'll make their commissions. They might be the number one, sales guy, but you don't have to be like that. You can have clients and customers that respect you and build relationships with, and over time build a reputation to grow, and be successful without having to be that guy, that actor, that joker. So if that works for you, wonderful. But I do think I should ask that question again. How much is enough? How much do you need to be happy? If you don't stop and really think about that, then you're probably going to be duped or lulled into the idea that it's not enough. I've got to have what the Kardashians have, or Kid Rock, or Jay-Z, or whoever. It's just part of the game of life. If you're not conscious and aware and thoughtful about who you are, what you want, and what you want to do, then you'll never figure out who you are and never be happy. You've got to figure that out. I guess that covers the topic. So I've got some different YouTube channels. You can find me, comment. Yeah, you got to share. Wish you well. Bye.